And as far as I'm concerned, it seems as though the news we're waiting on still remains Philadelphia. I don't know why I'm making a big deal about it. I really feel as though he was going to be out today. But I do think they're going to have to say something, right? We do have a little bit of time, so there's that. I'm going to be playing a limited amount of lineups today in NBA. Let's see something. Yeah. And I do want to just kind of go through them because I'm going to be playing a limited amount of lineups, but I am going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? There are a couple of interesting groups that I kind of thought about. Hey, what's up, Bobby?
Hey, man.
So we don't have any, we just got confirmation that there'll be no Anunoby.
Right.
And also we're still waiting on, what's his face? On Philadelphia, I presume.
Yeah, Embiid.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a White Claw. It's a Friday, and it's a stressful one. I think there's a lot of information yet to go, and I think it's really hard to be totally set in your lineups right now.
Yeah.
Well, if Embiid is out and you're not playing Ben Simmons and or Tobias Harris and other stuff from that game and Shake Milton and all that, it's a big deal.
No, I mean, absolutely.
Sorry.
I mean, sure. we still know right now.
It's not like brand new information. I'm just saying.
No. The thing I think we should talk about first is the secondary Nets guys.
Okay, on DraftKings.
Yep.
I don't find much need for them on FanDuel, except for Harris, who's cheap enough at small forward anyway. He was already in play for me.
Yeah, Harris is a big deal for me on on FanDuel. He was always good. He was always a good play, and he's cheap enough, and so I have him in a good amount of my big lineups over there.
What's really sick is, you know who else I have some of over there?
Who?
Danny Green.
As I so affectionately called him, the idiot Danny Green.
I can't really play Danny Green, obviously, in a big buy-in, but I mean, if there's a matchup for Danny Green, this is it. You have a sloppy team that's going to turn it over a bunch. You've got wide open threes left and right. You still got Simmons there to create for you, so you don't need to do it all yourself, which is when he struggles, when like they have none of them, you know what I mean? Which is what happened, remember, earlier this year?
Yeah.
So, but this is the spot. Other guy I'm finding myself on a lot of, Al Horford. And it's partly like a little bit of a game stack thing, but I think that you just have to consider these guys against Brooklyn. The weird part about Horford is I'm almost worried about like who is he going to match up? Like Jeff Green is like Al Green. Jeff Green is like the only guy I can picture him kind of matching up with.
The only guy.
And we have some James Borrego comments about the beat writer for them said that we need to find more minutes. Like I've been saying, they should do the whole time. We need to find more minutes for PJ Washington at center, which basically it makes Zeller a little bit more worrisome, because I think that is their best lineup. But the thing is, Zeller just played well in their first game like this in the same matchup, but still.
I have 6. I'm playing not small. I'm playing kind of big, I guess. But I'm only playing 6 lineups on DraftKings, and half of them have Zeller, and the other half have Whiteside. So that's.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, so don't go out there and play Whiteside all over the place. You can throw him into a lineup or two if you want to, but like let's not get crazy with this Whiteside thing. She's out of control, man.
What's wrong with what the hell's wrong with Hassan Whiteside? Good grief.
Tell me why you even think he'll get any minutes tonight. Like he might get 0. He might not. But he might look, I like him as a long shot play. I don't like him as like, okay, so I'm playing a lot more than 6 lineups. And if I was playing 6, maybe one of the 6 to get creative, if it was the long shot tournament, I would play Whiteside. But that's it. And I do have Whiteside in a couple of those type of tournaments.
What do you think of
He doesn't care at all. Go ahead, Jeeves. Go ahead.
I'm just going through different comments. The other thing that came up is I have right now Ingles in all my DraftKings lineups. That feels a little whatever, but we should go back to the Nets for a second. So Bruce Brown, you don't think? I think that you should probably play. Honestly, I think you should play either Bruce Brown or TLC. No. Or no?
I don't think it's that simple.
Okay.
I don't think you have to play either of them necessarily.
I currently don't have any TLC.
I have a little bit of each. I prefer logically TLC makes more sense to my brain. I don't see how Bruce Brown gets anything out of this. He can do it rebounding, but so can TLC, who's more likely to be in because they might want a little bit more size and length because they don't have any. Which, by the way, has led me to a little bit of DeAndre Jordan.
Ooh.
On FanDuel.
Well,
on DraftKings, it's starting to feel silly. Like there's a bunch of guys who I feel like it's almost like silly not to play on DraftKings.
Such as?
So, but the problem is you can't play all of the Rudy Gobert. I need to understand justifiably why I wouldn't want to play him. I need to understand why I wouldn't want to play Kyrie or KD. I'm sorry, or James.
I have right now. I have in my lineups. I have either Kyrie or Harden in all of them, and I do not have them in both. I did not play them together. Although I did think about it, I just ended up not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I have a little bit of it together, but I have that game stacked that way. And by the way, there's plenty of guys we can take shots on in OKC with too. You can play Lou Dort at 4,400. I don't think it's a bad play, by the way. I really don't. He is like when you have a guy who's a wild card for minutes, and you have two of the best one-on-one scorers who he's going to be on the whole time. All he's going to do is do that and hit some transition shots. He'll get some steals and rebounds because he's so active he can't help himself. So. Another really weird off the board play, Bobby Portis. I like Bobby Portis tonight on DraftKings at 4,200. It's there's not this incredible value, so I'm finding myself leaning into some sort of interesting skeptical value, but where I know there's going to be minutes and opportunity. In Portis's case, opportunity. In Dort's case, minutes. I think his 30-minute projection is going to be more like 36 tonight, unless he's in foul trouble. Pretty much anytime he's in foul trouble, which is a lot, unfortunately. That's the problem with him, but he's an awesome play.
The other thing I would say is that
long shot play, I should say. I don't want to say like he's like a great.
I want to take a better look at FanDuel because I want to make sure that I get enough of it's going to be really popular, but it's kind of hard to not play Clarkson, right?
On FanDuel, yeah. I think that Murray and probably what's his name are better plays on DraftKings. Conley.
You think Murray?
Maybe not Conley, but it's not like Clarkson is like in a. I know he's going to set the world on fire. It's not like, I don't know.
Well, how do you compare Conley just straight up to Murray?
I have Murray as higher, and I have some of them together. And it's made me lose a little bit of my Darius Garland, which I still have, who I still like a lot. The problem is you also want to play. I think point guard and center is what you're using in your utility here for the most part. Depending on what comes up here. Norman Powell's questionable. Wow.
Norman Powell is questionable.
Okay. That's going to be interesting.
I
just think it makes the other guys stronger.
Yep.
Including Boucher. I think there's an outside chance Stanley Johnson is in play now, though, too.
The problem is that, I've played him before.
I understand. But let me just say, you haven't played him at least this season without all these guys against.
I have. He's fine. He's fine.
Not without both. So the problem with Powell, why I wasn't going to jump onto every lineup has been VanVleet and Lowry, but now I'm starting to think so, is that Powell takes away from the usage, and even Siakam too. But now once you lose him too, the only one who could take away the usage is Boucher. Stanley Johnson being on the court in this game could lead him to a double-double. And it might be a lot of minutes that he plays along with those guys. There's also a chance they might do something weird and go with a 3-guard lineup against a team that can play 3 guards. They'll go back and forth with Terrence Davis, Van Vliet, and Lowry up against the Halliburton, Hield, and Fox. That wouldn't surprise me even the least little bit. So that's actually a really big piece of information, and I hope we get it before lock. But it just right now, I would just treat that as to strengthen all the Toronto guys.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it up until whatever, because if you had him anyway in the guard spot and somewhere,
okay,
you switch to Conley and what's his name, Murray, who we just mentioned. So like in my 4 big buy-ins on DraftKings, right now I have Conley and Murray, but only together.
Okay.
Which is, I think, like maybe an overthinking game theory sort of a thing. I think that on a 10-game slate, you don't need to do that. But there's so many good guards. I mean, so we need to get better word on Westbrook. I don't have anything handily on that.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look in the chat in a minute and say hello. But
I will in a minute too. Sorry about that.
These are all just like big like key points for me. We need to know about Embiid. Because Embiid or Ben Simmons will take over my lineups. And Tobias Harris, and probably Shake Milton, and probably Seth Curry. One thing I
just did is again, everything's going to change if Embiid is out probably, but I just instead of having all my lineups with Ingles, I actually did a little swinging around, and I put one Halliburton in instead of Ingles, where I had the extra 100.
I do like Halliburton a lot tonight. It's a perfect matchup for him. I'm trying to get down in some of my other guys who I try to build, but then I just whittle it out and I leave it in like the cheapest contest that I started with.
Can I get him as a forward? Yeah, I can get him as a forward. Maybe I'll take him out of this one too. Yeah. So
Naz Reid is now questionable. So we're going to want to play Jared Vanderbilt, who is already a good play all over the place. And there's probably a lot more from that. I need to run some things. There's a chance that because of all this is like a big deal. I have a lot in play tonight. We need to figure this stuff out. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick second and say hello to the chat. Let's go back on this. I hate this lineup that I just made. Give me 1 second.
I actually like this one that I just made. So what I have to do is I have to redo.
This is a massive thing here. Did he make it? Did Corey Connors do it? He did it. How did he do it? He was looking at no chance, and then all of a sudden he did it.
I had Shepard choke on me at the end.
I can't believe how bad that was.
That was so bad.
that was just disgusting.
Because I'm telling you, I would have been able to cash for 5, even if I had 5 or 6 in the monster. Even though Vegas choked, as all my other guys did really, really well. 5 or 6 would have been fine.
Oh, I just jumped up quite a bit. I've got some nice lineups actually.
You got some good ones. You got some 6 or 6s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I've got a 6 of 6 with Scott and Patrick Reed.
Ooh, I like that.
And no, sorry. This one has Palmer, Patrick Reed, Sam Burns, who's 5 under after a little bit.
We definitely like all of that.
Max Homa at 5 under, who I think had a great offseason, and I think he was like my favorite plays by the end of it. Who I didn't talk about in the show because I didn't come to it, so I looked a little further. Unfortunately, Billy Horschel destroyed a lot of my lines, although he tried to make a comeback today and get there.
Well, he had the better course.
I know, but you can't go as far over as he did.
Over yesterday or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah. Siwoo Kim I don't even know if he's going to make it. He's on the cut line. Oh, he fell off big time for me today. Kokrak, Doug Gim, Adam Scott. Yeah, I've got a few of them.
The fact of the matter is that with Anunoby out and Powell may be questionable, I mean,
oh my God, Benny On made it. Holy wow!
All this stuff on Toronto. I mean, like Siakam, I think is on FanDuel, I mean, I don't know how I don't play him, right?
Yeah.
And I still like, by the way, as a sneaky play over there is LaMelo.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see what's up in the chat, guys. Throw some questions in while we do this. I think you're right about the sneaky LaMelo. What's up, Bobby and Sheets? Good luck today. More like Hassan Sheets side. That's pretty funny, Sheets.
What's happening?
Somebody wrote more like it's just, this guy always comments RJFL. He's awesome. He just comments all the time though that how much you love White.
Sheets loves Hassan Whiteside.
He said more like Hassan Sheets.
Oh, it could be worse. We could be talking about the 22 minutes that Devin Windler got yesterday.
He said he hopes to one day find a girl who loves you as much as you love Hassan Whiteside.
That's what I said. Or it could be worse. We could be talking about the Devin Windler 22 minutes from yesterday.
Oh my God, get out of here.
So okay, fine. So Devin Windler, get out of here. But Hassan Whiteside's
is Beal in play is a question that I actually am going to say no to. I don't think the answer is actually no. I think he's in play. I don't think he stands out as being a great play.
So Adam Osley has a very astute observation.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of calling that Dort played Harden like that entire bubble.
No, he was really good too.
Maybe he does get extra minutes today.
I think Dort's going to play the minutes. He always gets the extra minutes. He just gets in foul trouble every game, every single. And this game he's probably going to also. Look at his numbers. Look at his fouls. All of them. He always ends up with like 3 fouls with like 4 minutes to go in the first half. Picks up his fourth like 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Then he plays the whole fourth quarter trying not to play defense, which is like you don't get the real him.
The good thing about the way I'm doing DraftKings is that I'm going to have Ben Simmons in my big lineup regardless of whether Embiid plays. So I don't have to worry about that one. The only difference is whether he's going to be 8% owned or 48% owned.
I think that might be the answer. The problem is we're going to know sometime beforehand. So what we have to be ready for is everyone to just extreme overreact. I do think that the Vanderbilt thing is a really good idea.
Vanderbilt on is he power forward eligible on FanDuel? You mean?
Yeah, but he's 5,700. But I actually still think he's in play.
5,700 Vanderbilt, huh?
I mean, no matter how Philly plays, they're going to play with massive size. Okay.
But we're saying Naz Reid isn't out. We're saying he's questionable, right?
Downgraded this late before to be questionable. I mean, we've seen this story before. The odds of him playing Sheets in reality would be
10% probably. Yeah.
10 to 20% probably.
Oh wait, Russell is playing?
If it was like, what's his name? Who? D'Angelo's playing?
That's what Adam's saying.
Okay. That just makes that game a little bit more interesting to me, and I like D'Angelo on FanDuel. I want to know about what's his name for sure. Yeah, I always get like 2 minutes late on this. It's really a shame at certain moments.
That's all right.
All right. I really like the Sacramento-Toronto game, guys.
Yep.
I also think that the unowned Kristaps is going to be – look.
Oh, my God, is he going to be unowned?
It's just crazy because there's nothing to it, Sheets. Like, this is a guy – I mean, even with his current average and that's on a minutes limit until like a few days ago maybe? I don't know, a week ago. And even then he sat out the back – you know what I mean? Even when this has not been the best of him at all. He doesn't look quite right. By the way, neither does Luka, and he still puts up a million.
Wait. And I got another one for you. This is one that you brought up earlier. If I read it right, while he's might be a game time decision, Lonzo will have no minutes limit.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be interesting. No.
Yeah.
Not exciting.
No, it is. I'm already into Lonzo, but I don't know if I'm realistically going to get to play him much. It's just there's other better plays. I'd rather play Garland. Yeah, I'd rather play Garland. And I do like Lonzo. I actually have a couple of Lonzo LaMelo lineups tonight. So if he does play, it's not like it's weird to announce that, don't you think? What does that even mean? Come on, Sheets. We're smart guys. We should be able to figure this out.
What's the actual quote?
It was He's available. What is it? He's available, but he's what is it? Oh no, he's questionable, but he's available. But has unlimited. He has no minutes restriction if he plays.
If he plays.
What does that mean? All right, Chad, I'm gonna take a look in here because I need to get away from this. Sometimes you need to do this. You need to get away from the slate for a second. All right, Joe Harris or Aldridge for the forward spot on DK. I would rather play Aldridge. Much more upside in my opinion, unless Harris somehow just makes like 8 threes, which is possible. And he's Zion love. I do like Zion. It's really hard when you start figuring like Zion versus Ben Simmons if there's no Embiid. Even if there is an Embiid, I would argue Ben Simmons is probably the better play. I know there's just slightly different positions, but even Porzingis has shown more upside, even as he's not been okay than Zion has. Although Zion will do it 100%, just we hasn't done it. Yeah, we know Nas is the game time decision. So the question is, what do we do about it? What do we do? So I was into Naz Reid on FanDuel quite a bit.
Well, but you can't, obviously not anymore.
No, but I actually had him in one of my 3 big lineups at one point because the production has been there. Like I said, if Philly plays Howard against him and Bradley or whatever, they still play big. That means Naz Reid's on the court more. And he's been pretty great fantasy point per minute. And Philly is without what's his name, without Embiid, they're not the same team defensively. So the question starts to become for me a little bit, if I'm not playing Embiid, shouldn't all of my lineups, even it sounds crazy to say that because there's blowout potential if Embiid plays. But otherwise, if Embiid doesn't, even if he does though, like it feels like one of Embiid or Simmons should be in a lot of your lineups, most of them, or Harris.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone's doing that because there's other great plays too. We're good. Norman Powell's out. So at least we get some time for the projections to update before we have to commit to anything there. And there's a lot of great plays, man. There's a lot of great plays tonight. That's the truth.
You like any Zeller on FanDuel?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think I might even have him some, so I shouldn't say no. It's not my favorite thing. I'm trying to get away from that kind of thing. I'm telling you, Stanley Johnson night.
Stanley Johnson season.
Now we're playing not the game of like getting it right. We're playing the game of, that's why I can't say you should just do this or you should just do that, because we're playing the game of not just getting it right. We're playing the game of like just getting it ultra right, which is not the same game we play every night. Sometimes it's just getting it right. It's plenty good enough.
That's actually sneaky sharp. I like that.
Sneaky sharp? It's not even obviously smart sharp? Damn.
It's not obvious sharp. It's sneaky sharp.
Okay, I'll take it.
Sneaky sharp is when most people listening say, "What the hell was that?" But it's actually sharp. Okay. What about Ingles on FanDuel?
Yeah, I like it better. I like it because I think that people will maybe shy away from it a little bit.
Yeah. Boy, do I have way too much Darius Bazley.
Has become so much less of a need to play, but also is still in play. I just wondering where Aaron Gordon's ownership is going to end up. Actually, though, on FanDuel, no one's really playing other than Sabonis and Randall. I don't really see them. There's not like a whole bunch of other guys that people are going to play. I'm going to play Porzingis and I'm going to play Vanderbilt.
I'll tell you a power forward who I'm going to play on FanDuel in one of the 44s.
Who's that?
I'm going to play Mr. Anthony Kupo.
Yeah.
Just me. I don't think anybody else is.
It's a good idea. Anytime Giannis is just low owned and he kind of feels punked a little bit lately, feels like a good time. I'm with you.
So we're still waiting on the Sixers.
Still waiting.
And I still think that and are we waiting on Atlanta at all? Or not really? Was Capella or somebody like that questionable? Let me just
No,
do
Atlanta,
it. There's something on Westbrook. Westbrook's starting.
Westbrook we expect to start. I'm just looking at something real quick.
No, there's nothing on Atlanta.
Yeah.
Rui is starting.
Fine. I don't know the minutes, man. I'm not going to try. It's not the right slate for me to guess that. Even if he had the minutes and everything, I don't even know that like we'd be looking that way.
I don't know if I need to. Well, usually when I say I don't need to play it, so I was about to say I don't know if I need to play Will Barton, but who should I play instead of him? I guess I don't have to play. I guess I can rebuild. I don't have to play either.
Yeah, that's probably the right answer. All right, I'm gonna run for 1 second, and I'm gonna be back in a minute. Guys, throw some questions in there so we can figure the rest of the slate out.
Oh, so you're telling me that, man, I can't do this. So you're telling me I'm gonna play Whiteside and Will Barton as opposed to Bruce Brown and Cody Zeller. I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna need Bob's approval for this one then. Wow. Yeah, that's way too. Hey, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
So I just noticed something, which is, I just really just can't do it. You'd be happy.
What is it?
So there's one lineup I have
Mm-hmm.
that I'm kind of looking at that it has like Whiteside and Will Barton. So what this means is that I'm playing Whiteside and Will Barton instead of Zeller and Bruce Brown.
Neither of those other ones sound too exciting either.
Oh, great. So I'll keep it. Very good.
Well, I don't know if I
No,
love it.
that's good. Like Bobby just told me to keep it. Perfect. That's it. Bobby's guaranteed me that this is the way to keep it. Excellent. I like it. I'm also going to put this 20 entries into the 888. What's the max there? Okay. Just for kicks. I'm going to look at the lobby, see if there's any weird contest that I might be missing in here.
Sorry, for a second, I'm going to try and see if I can shut my video off, like stay on here.
What's that? Oh.
Just so it sometimes helps.
That's just the 20K.
Okay, so, all right, I need to think about some things. I'm going to look at chat while I do.
Yeah, I'm going to look at chat too. So hold on, let me just see.
All right, you read it.
Okay. Drummond always smashed against New York. See, here, this is the thing, right?
What?
Is that we identify these really good spots and these really good plays at 12. And then like all this stuff comes out, and then we just kind of forget about everything that we said earlier.
Right.
And while in one sense it's smart to always be adjusting and to do whatever, but for example, like nothing that's happened in the past hour has changed the fact that, for example, DeJounte Murray is a good play, right? Or that Andre Drummond could be a good play, or something like that. Adam Mosley is begging me to play Dort. He's not begging, but
I don't think there's something terrible about Dort.
No, I don't think there's anything terrible about Dort. So what position is he? Let me just.
He's got the forward eligibility on DraftKings.
What price is he?
Small forward on FanDuel, 44 on DraftKings, 49 on FanDuel.
He's only 4,400.
Yep.
I can almost play him instead of Barton. I can actually play him instead of Barton. No, Barton's 4,300. I could totally do it. All right, just for you.
I've done a lot of that today.
Just for you, whoever that is.
Look, he's got the minutes guarantee over Barton's, by the way.
Beautiful.
Because I'll tell you one thing. The other guy who we're not considering, we didn't really talk about it much earlier. Sometimes you just go a guy 6,800 and he can go out and get 50 kind of any time. And that guy for me today is and maybe every day for you even, you've been pretty good about this in the past, is Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I really thought about that.
It just gets to be too creative, huh, Sheets, on this slate? Like, are we really playing him over DeRozan?
Right.
Are we really playing him over at 900 cheaper than Ben Simmons if we don't get Embiid, or even if we do. We have new news. I don't know. No, we don't. Nothing new.
I'm going to pull up my Discord so that I can see if anything comes across pretty quickly. Kudos to y'all.
I still feel very unsettled with my lineups. That's the way I just feel right now.
Cash.
I'm waiting on stuff.
I've got nothing here. Playing super studs. Cat isn't playing. D'Angelo Russell is questionable. Well, that was from. Well, wait a minute. Okay. Good pivot off of D'Angelo. I'm just kind of basically just trolling all the different Discord channels that I'm in to see if there's anything that.
Have you got an updated projection on? I'm taking a look for now for me for Toronto.
No, I wanted to wait as long as I could before I updated something, because then if the Philly news will come in, I'll get tilted.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. No matter what, I'm going to have a little bit of Terrence Davis.
Ooh.
And I think he's a great pivot off of Maladone. And I'm not saying in a break that way, but the 3-guard lineup thing does suit Terrence Davis. Now, they could always play Corey Joseph also, who's minimum cost. Not that you'd want to play Corey Joseph, but Terrence Davis has shown upside before. And if you get like Van Vliet, who does occasionally, get in foul trouble or something like that, you could be in business.
Let me just see. I mean, I do have a couple of Torontos. Let me just see this one. By
the way, Lonnie Walker is another one who's a different pivot off of.
It's annoying you say that, because I had him in a lineup, and then I just said, "Who the hell? Why do I need him?" And I got rid of him.
There's other guys we never play who even make sense, like just from a value standpoint. Like he does, Rudy Gay does. Not like great value plays. Guys would be considered on 3 or 4 game slates, but like one of those guys gets there. And actually, I think that the truth is that with Walker's recent minutes, it's enough for me to Naz Reid unlikely to play.
Yeah, I got bad news. Well, this is one side. One side has Davis like 8x. I guess that's okay. I mean, I guess
start. Yeah. So you know what? I don't love Maladone all that much. I love him more now, because now not only is he not going to be owned, you could play them together.
And you don't have to play. Not that you ever had to, but like Bruce Brown. But here another place has him only with Terrence Davis only with 19 minutes.
That's probably not updated.
That's the RG. But that says 6:32 p.m. So
we'll see what their starting lineup looks like.
That's true. I mean, like, who says?
So they're going to love Stanley Johnson then. If they do that, they have to love Stanley Johnson.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, 33 minutes. So yeah, I guess we have to see who's.
So we need the net starting lineup. We need the
Toronto starting lineup.
We need a lot. This is a tough slate.
Unfortunately.
So what do we have early? We just have Atlanta Wash. Just Atlanta.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that we don't have to make like the Bruce Brown, Terrence Davis decision until 7:15 or whatever.
What about God? The Ben Simmons thing is. I'm sorry. The Embiid thing is crazy because Shake Milton would become a great play.
Even that is, we're okay with that one. The only decision you have to make is this Atlanta-Washington game, which nothing in the last hour that's happened has changed the fact.
And Indy Charlotte. I love Gordon Hayward on draft.
Well, that's the thing you have to do. Well, you have to make a Zeller decision. Yes or no, right? By then,
a Zeller decision. That's true.
And you have to decide. Well, part of it is you have to decide whether Jeremy Lamb is still in play for you, since you liked him a little bit.
Cody Zeller is starting, which makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay.
I figured he would, but you never know with that kind of coach speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you saying? Sorry, what did you say, Sheets? I lost you there.
No, it was fine. Yeah, the Maladon.
I have a mild amount of interest in a little mini stack of that game. Just I like Hayward, Zeller, and what's his name? Sabonis. But other than that, maybe you could talk on FanDuel about what's his name, the Devontae Graham. But I don't think you're playing him on DraftKings. And I don't think you're playing on FanDuel.
So Davis
freezing on me again, Sheets.
What's that?
It's freezing on me again, and I need to edit these lineups, I think.
Oh, okay.
All right. I can't even look into chat. Sheets, is there any questions you could tell me before I get out of here? I'll be in chat.
Drummond, the New York native, is going to go play at MSG.
I just fix this. Drummond. I like Drummond for long. The only problem is just look who you're dealing with. Gobert, Vooch, Jokic.
We're actually. I don't think we're sure if Bruce Brown is starting. Actually, now that you mention it,
we're definitely not sure Bruce Brown is starting.
But the person that they did announce start. They did announce the Oklahoma City side. They did announce Maledon starting.
Sheets, will you release me from this because it won't let me release? Maledon is starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sorry guys.
Bobby's now destroyed. Bobby's now gone. So yeah, we do have to make a decision between Terrence Davis as opposed to Bruce Brown as opposed to Maledon. That is definitely a question that needs to be addressed. Harrison Barnes or DeAndre Hunter. So for me, I would go with Barnes only because I think that I shouldn't say that. I was about to say I like that game better, but I don't. I think they're both okay parts of game stacks. I wouldn't go out of my way to play either of them. But yeah, I think Bobby's hits it right on the head. Maybe Barnes slightly better, but don't love either. So yeah, we are going to have to make some kind of assessment with respect to Terrence Davis as opposed to Bruce Brown as opposed to Maledon, right? I guess that makes some sense. Right? Rivers says he expects Embiid to play. Is that like the same thing as before where he said he wasn't sure whether he was going to play and he's not willing to speculate? Pretty ridiculous. We like his MPJ tonight. Feels like he should get some extra run if they go small. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do with the Maledon and the Bruce Brown and the Terrence Davis, I think I'm going to play some of each. I don't think I'm going to play them both together. Is that's very Bobby though to do that? Bruce Brown, Davis, Maledon. I think they're all kind of okay. I'm going to have one more lineup with Brown than the others. But if he's not starting, I could just change that really, really easily. I'm happy with the Whiteside Zeller thing. Well, happy. I'll say I've made peace with it. The one guy that we didn't bring up a little bit from that OKC game, which I'm going to have in a couple of lineups on DraftKings, is Hamidou Diallo. It is somewhat, I don't want to say frustrating, but you could make the argument that he, should get more minutes. But first of all, Dort could get into foul trouble, which might improve the minutes of Diallo. And I don't know. It's a fast-paced game. I think Diallo could be okay. He's another sub 4K guy that you could just kind of throw in there. Davis, Irving. I kind of like this. I got enough doodads in here to kind of keep me happy. River says he expects Embiid to play. I am still going to be playing Simmons. Just letting you know that. And I'm going to be playing. Oh, you know who I don't have? Well, you know, you can't have everybody. Actually, I do have one Luka. Sorry, I thought I was going to say I don't have any Luka. I have a Luka. I have some Jokic. I have some Giannis. I have some Kyrie. You know what I don't have? Bobby, I don't have any Embiid. Maybe I know you love to do that. Like when the guys are questionable, then they get ruled in or whatever it is. I get a little more scared, especially with the back. I mean, he literally fell right on his back. Maybe that's just me being biased because I couldn't imagine if I had a bad back ever playing basketball. Okay, here's one other thing I wanted to do. I was thinking of playing some Yahoo. Just want to see what the contest is tonight. It's not bad. 50K big game baller. Play like 3 lineups over there. Yeah, I'll do that. So I got to build a couple lineups, and then I'm going to put that in over there. Where was my handy dandy? Oh, and just to give another tout to SaberSim, by the way. They just included. Well, they didn't include it yet. I've been beta testing it for them. The late swap thing, where you could just if somebody gets ruled out or later and you want to change your lineups, you can re-upload new projections or use the SaberSims or whatever, and I'll redo your lineups for you. Which obviously is really important. Hold on, I'm going to build a couple of these. I'm going to build some Yahoos. And we're going to use this is like a little, I don't know, this seems to work. I'm using the FanDuel projections into the Yahoo builder. And I don't know why it is. It gives me enough randomness. Where I don't know. I've just had some incredible ROI in these things. Ooh, that's not good. Hold on. What did I just do? Oh, idiot. I just uploaded my hockey projections to the NBA. Maybe we should do that again. Yeah, a little bit better. I'm gonna build like 3 lineups or something and then just kind of go with it. Okay. New builds. We'll do 20 max. We'll do 3 of them. And then we'll download them, and then I'll come back to some questions. We got some time. We got 15 minutes. Okay, let's download. We'll come back over here. Let's go in here. I'll show you how to do this. So we're going to enter this one, and we'll upload these from here, which we just did, and the Yahoos, and upload, and boom. Okay, we're rich. We're rich. Can't lose. All right, let's see some questions. I love SGA in this matchup. Fits us perfectly. I agree with that. Oh, I didn't mean Adam. I mean Dort. I meant Embiid. Yeah, Adam, I'm in. I played him. Ooh, Danny Green or Stanley Johnson. That's a Bobby question because I'm not playing either of them. But I would. I don't know. I'll just tell you who I like point per dollar wise, if that helps. For me, just point per dollar, I would give you. Yeah, for me, it's going to be the other guy. It's not Johnson. It's going to be Danny Green, and I don't like either of them. Wait. Favorite center on FanDuel regardless of price? Well, that's a weird question, right? I mean, you say me who's going to score the most fantasy points? The guy who's going to score the most fantasy points is going to be probably Jokic, right? With Embiid maybe like 3 points less than him, and Vooch 4 points less than him, right? I'm going to tell my. If you notice a different any game stack considering, yes, I feel as though with the yeah, we're gonna ask him about Gordon Hayward in a minute, but yeah, especially with the Norman Powell and Anunoby out. I mean, I as a matter of fact, that's one of the things I feel like I'm understacked in that game. Actually, that's not true. Like this one on FanDuel, I have Lowry and Siakam with Fox. And this one I have Fox and Halliburton together with Siakam. Siakam over here is good. Yeah, I think that's probably the best game to stack. Oh, okay. No, okay, that's kind of a better question. So for me, I happen to be on FanDuel myself, paying down at center. That being my favorite play. Actually, my favorite two plays are Adams and Zeller. I know Bobby liked Horford maybe a little more than I mean, I do like Horford. I have him my fourth favorite. You know who I'm not playing? And this is another guy that, Bobby, you might yell at me for not playing. Maybe I just forgot to play him. I mean, I could probably get in a little Mitch Robinson, who always has some kind of funny upside. As a matter of fact, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I do have a duped lineup in one of these here, and I can get from Horford up to Mitchell Robinson with the extra money and undupe this. That's really, really good. I appreciate that. Appreciate you asking me. The other way, if you did want to pay up for center, between Embiid and Jokic, I don't know. I don't know. I think either. I mean, really. I mean, I think considering ownership and price and value and all that stuff, I really think it's a draw. So whichever one kind of like fits your lineups a little better, that's what I would do. But for me, I like the cheapies a little better. I like Adams. I like whatchamacallit. I like Zeller, as I said, and I like some Horford a little bit. And yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting to. Well, Gobert is a little expensive on FanDuel. He's 8,700, but I don't have a really good answer to Bobby's rhetorical question regarding Gobert. I mean, he suggested, can you think of any good reason not to play him? And no, not really. The only kind of cop out I would say is that I just kind of like my lineups better without him. And I just, maybe that's kind of copping out, and maybe I'm just too torn up, too drawn into this Zeller and Whiteside thing in the center position on DraftKings. But let's examine that a little bit. So instead of playing, say, Vooch, for example, what does this do for me? If it goes down to Gobert, I definitely think, Kevin, that's the wiser combo, I think. Especially if, by the way, do we get actual news that Bruce Brown is starting? Because that would actually help quite a bit. So like right here, this actually does help going down to Gobert. So instead of playing Vooch and TLC, we can go down to Gobert, and I know that it can get us somebody better at 4,300. It could get me back to Will Barton, for example. You know, so yeah, so that's good. So let's do that. It's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. Let's see, any news on again, they haven't done the starting lineup yet, but let's see. Doesn't people play? Just waiting on, for me, just waiting on the Brooklyn starting lineup, and I'm sure, I think Philadelphia is confirmed enough. They don't have to worry about it. But I do think that the starting lineups for both Toronto and Brooklyn are very relevant. I think that Davis, I don't even think it really matters at 3K. I mean, at 3K, I think he's getting enough minutes to that it's going to work. But obviously, starting, you know, he's going to get something. He'll get 6 at least. You know, let's talk about a floor, right? He'll get 6, then maybe, I'm talking about minimum. If he's starting, I think 20 minutes would be a minimum. So he'll get 6 at the minimum, then like another 4 at the minimum, and then another 6, and maybe another 4. So maybe not 20. I'm talking about floor. Maybe 16 minutes floor. So maybe a 12-point floor at 3K. Now, again, that's not what you want, but we're just talking about floors versus whatever. Anybody else? Okay, so no questions. So let me just, again, I'm just kind of trolling the Discords here and the Twitters and whatever else. If anything, you know what I don't have? I don't have the Torontos on DraftKings. I mean the guards. Like, I have the Lowry on FanDuel, but I don't have any of the guards on DraftKings, which is but I just like my guards over here. I mean, I like Irving. I like DeJounte Murray. You know, I think this just works over here. I don't know why, but I just think it does. And what I have to do now, and this is kind of important, I have to check my text, because as you see, as you might see, I have a different background today on the live stream. That's because I've actually finished. Most people leave work early Friday, don't go in, but I'm actually at the office late today. So I figured I would do this from here. So I just want to make sure my wife is coming to get me, because I walked to work today, and that's another story. Okay. That's good. That's good. Still nothing on the Nets. I'm sure this is the one that's going to come out right as we could cheat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Live 360 and see if she already left. What is this? She had it. Let's go to Live 360. She is still. No, she's near Underhill. Oh, she's probably here. Okay, good. Okay. All right, good. Good text. Okay, so what I have to do is, unfortunately, I have to just do a little bit of kind of non. Oh, I got to do this too. Crap. Gotta get this in. Goodness gracious, what the hell is this? What did you do? 3-4 with 3-8-10. This is something I'm doing. So let me just see. 190. I had a horse racing thing I had to do. Gotta message this one guy real quick. Sorry, this is what I have to do. So you're seeing in Sheets World. Okay, I put in all that some stuff. All right. Any last questions in here? Love Garland tonight. I'm not getting there. No GME. Yeah, my fund, my hedge fund is much more conservative than that. I don't really do any big gambling shots like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just have no issues with it. But this is not my thing. And most of my investors are people that just want kind of low double-digit returns, and people just like either a lot of money or just don't have that same type of risk tolerance. Just usually like not retired people, but like CEOs and stuff like that. But no, I don't really play the GMEs and all that stuff. Tucci Ferrari was producing over the season. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Boom. And I think that we are done. All right, listen, have a, if I can get in there on Saturday, I will. If not, have a good weekend either way. Good luck to all, and to all a good night, so to speak.